Morning, evening, afternoon. Hey, chat. Hey, Silent.
Hey.
And hi, Vamps, but he's muted. Again. Back for a Tuesday. It's been one hell of a day for me, guys. It's been an emotional roller coaster for me today. So sorry if I'm a little bit fiery tonight. It's just everything's been getting on my nerves. I go to take my car in, and I pick up a bloody screw in my tyre, and now I've got another friggin' problem with it, and I'm just... Ugh. It's enough to make you want to punch a filing cabinet, you know? Just saying, it's there. It's not as if that drawer's opening anytime soon. Just stressful, you know? So, thought I was going to have a nice, easy day today. Nope. Just take a shit on your parade again.
Oh, bring it on. That's life.
Yeah, I know. But
it doesn't stop.
Oh,
I mean, the only thing that would make it better is if we weren't struggling with the basics. Do you know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't even fucking be worried about it. We wouldn't even have a bitch and we wouldn't be complaining if we could actually afford life. And at the moment, nobody can afford life, whether it's your electricity or groceries. Who's got spare cash? I mean, we've gone through our savings. We know that. Like, so how many others are like that? Well, we went an early voter today. And I tell you this much, I won't go into too much of it because I really... it's distasteful talking about voting, but we went there today and just the response we got from the Labor Party tent just said to me straight up, and now early voting's only started, yesterday I think it started.
Yeah.
Right, it hasn't been open long, right? But the reason why I'm doing it is because we're away on holidays down south and I don't really particularly want to find a voting booth away from home and then do an absentee vote. That's even worse. So we went today, and from what I can gather, and this is the only thing I can put it down to, is they've been told no thank you too many times because they were right and royally not happy that I turned around and said, no, we don't want him. We want the other guy, Krista Foley. That's all I had to say, and they were livid. If steam could shoot out someone's head, it would have. But at the end of the day, that just says to me 100% that all they've had since they've opened is no thank you. And that screams positivity for me. It'd be kind of like the 5 and the polling ratings now with Trump and Harris, okay? Like, it gives me a bit of hope that people are going, enough's enough. I didn't think we were there yet, but the fact of the response that I got today from them and the response from the Liberal team.
That lady was so nice.
100% turnaround. Couldn't bend over backwards enough. Did you want some other information? No. We know who. I just needed to know the name. That's all right. Here you go. And, even looked at our young 18-year-olds and do you know why you're voting? And that was interesting to me. The other party didn't say that. They said, this is who you vote for. And I went, no. And then we go over to the other tent and they go, so do you know why? And Jake was there with us and he said, yeah, I made up my mind before I came today. And the first thing she said, good man. I said, yeah, no, raise the kids right. They'll do right. They're not going to... I'm really pissed off with this younger generation that are just voting for who they've been told to because they don't know.
Well, it proves that they target the younger generation because as soon as we got there, they immediately tried fucking...
Oh, they jumped on you guys. Yeah. As soon as
you... They're like, oh, here, take this.
Yeah. So this is why I say, like, it gave me a bit of hope that the reaction that they had when I said no thank you, that a lot of people have said no thank you. But with all due respect, I'm not going to take it out on those people. Like I said to Armoured earlier, they do get paid to be there. Some people are very desperate for money at the moment and will do anything. I'm not about to yell and scream abuse at them. However, that was a lot tamer going for early voting than on voting day. I mean, they're brutal at voting day. They shove pamphlets in your bag, in your pockets as you walk and by. They just shove them at you. And today it wasn't so bad, but just the response blew me away. I thought, well, that can only mean one thing. Australians have had enough. No, I'm not going to go there, but I just pointing out the clear difference. One's quite helpful and the other are demanding. Do you know what I mean? Like, here, do this. And the other is, do you know why? Like, it's really...
I'm not even going to say who I voted for. The only thing that I'm going to say about it was that I wasn't going to continue to have the incumbent still there because now this is solely the sole reason why I based it. Not because of any political allegiance, not because of any hatred, not because of anything like that.
We should point out as well before you keep going that it's not a federal, it's state, so we're voting for Queensland here. We don't have a say in New South Wales or any other territory or state.
But I didn't want the incumbent to stay because I believe that he lost his privileges to his seat the minute that his constituents rocked up at a rally to voice their opinion about the youth crime situation, and these people were majority victims. Like, there was a paraplegic there that was in his wheelchair because he'd been hit and run by one of these youths in a stolen car. Like, he's lost the use of his legs for the rest of his life. And the incumbent decided to rock up and had the audacity to grab a microphone and tell these people that were victims of crime that they were nothing but a renter crowd.
Wow.
And that's what I mean.
Disrespectful.
I mean, whether you're American...
That's where you lost the privileges to your seat.
Well, this is it. But you got to think about this. No matter where you are, America, it's the same really at the moment. I mean, you can't elect someone in and then have them not even be... Like, don't get me wrong, nobody voted for Stephen Miles to be our premier. I'm just going to point that out. Nobody voted for him. His job was to convince the people in the short amount of time that he had that he could make a difference. Oh, I'm sorry, he hasn't made a difference. And for me, that says it all. That's enough. I don't need to know anymore. Why would I go with someone that has had the opportunity that hasn't done shit for the time they've been in there, promising all this stuff, which is usually more spending in stupid areas that don't require it? Why would I stay with that? And it's no different in America. That's what I'm trying to point out. Kamala Harris on day one. Well, that was, 1,200 days ago? You've been there for 4 years. What's your fucking excuse? You wouldn't... Okay, let's dumb it down even further. If I have a leaky pipe and I call a plumber and he busts the pipe even more, do I call the plumber back to fix up his fucking fuck-up? Or do I call someone else and charge the plumber that fucked it?
You call someone else.
Well, I wouldn't be asking the same person who screwed it up so severely to come and fix it. Kind of like a mechanic, hey, love?
Don't get me started.
I know, but my point being, why do you continue to put them in power when they're not doing nothing for you? They work for you. And they need to be taken down a peg or two to actually understand that. Because at the moment, I think it's to say it's in the opposite to America, because we are opposite. I believe this will be a blue wave.
Yeah, well, all I know is we don't really get a say as such to who goes in government. All that is a collective. We don't get a say as to who's going to be the premier because that comes down to a vote between the elected MPs.
Yeah, we vote for the party, not the person.
I voted for who I believed should represent my area, my electorate properly. I'm not going to reveal who that was because that's a personal choice. But I will say I did not vote for the incumbent because you do not have the right to rock up at a rally where people are voicing their opinion about something, where they're victims of something, and then turn around and double down on them and say that they're the ones that are wrong.
Well, see, that's the way it works, isn't it?
That you can't do that.
Between the government saying the victims don't matter in their deeds, not their words, when criminals have the rights and the victims don't, enough's enough.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line.
That's it. And I believe, I said it a few months ago, repeating something I'd heard, is it bad enough yet? You know, there's always a breaking point, but are we there yet? Well, I believe we are. I think we are. The majority of people I speak to are saying the same damn things. Whether it's, I can't afford baked beans, or I just got another $3,000 electricity bill. By the way, the meter lady came the other day, so we're expecting a power bill. Yep. By the time you pay it off, you're due for another fucking whack down. You can't get ahead at the moment. People are burning through their savings. Speaking personally, my mother and father have burnt through their superannuation, which is their retirement fund, their 401k or whatever the fuck it is over there. They've burnt through that just trying to survive. They can't go back to work. So what do they do? This is the point where I say people have had enough, and it's now becoming personal. We could all turn a blind eye when it was shit that we didn't care about, but when it's impacting everyday households, oh, government, you don't know what you're doing. You just don't. You're not listening to us, and you work for us. We're screaming, put our power bills down, burn our coal. Fuck your green new energy, stupid bullshit. It doesn't work. They're not listening. And I think people have had enough. And for me, we do not get to choose our, we only get to choose for our electric. For us, up here in the north, there's a few different electorates. But when it comes to overall, put in the, not mayors, what's the fuck, what is he? Stephen Miles, what is he? Premier. When you get, when enough of the right party gets put in the electorates, then I'm assuming that party leader gets put as the Premier, which would be David Christoffoli on the LNP side. Yeah? Have I got that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Yeah, so for me, it's not even that. Like for our electorate, we got 6 choices in this one for our electorate, but I'm not going to go with someone who cannot. I fear what will happen if these guys get back in 2 years' time. I don't know how we're going to be able to cope with affording anything. And that's worrying, especially for my parents, like I say, who can't go out and get jobs now. So what do? It's very disheartening, and a lot of people are feeling this, and it's not just the poor. I'm talking to people that are quite well off, saying how disgusted they are by what's happening just with them. I had a friend of mine down south tell me that her electricity bill was up to $32,000.
Holy shit.
Well, you want a 3-story mansion, that's what you're going to get. But $32,000. Now, she had that at the last place she was at, and that's why she moved. So when she rang up, because she's got 150 solar panels on her roof.
Fuck.
Yeah. So when she rang up to find out, no, apparently the government's been taking the solar out of her house and using it to power streetlights and whatnot, and neighbouring properties during power outages, and charging her. There's a really dodgy system happening, and that, as far as I'm aware, is only happening down south. But there's just no way. What I'm trying to say is there's under this administration, there is no possible way that a household can ever get ahead. You can't save. You can't do anything because Armoured's right. The minute you put away savings and then you have something happen, well, they're gone. And good luck trying to put that back again, because you're not getting enough to even be able to feed your family, pay your electricity, internet, phone, rates. I mean, mortgage. What can you do? The normal
Nothing.
household can't survive. And
No.
so people are starting to say enough. And today I have a little glimmer, just like I did after the referendum vote came back with a resounding no. I have a little glimmer there's still a little bit of faith in humanity somewhere in our society. We're starting to fucking wake up. And it's about damn time. I'm sorry.
On that too, I'm a little bit perturbed at the fact that there's people in a democratic nation, just like how the Democrats over in America were upset about January 6th and all this bullshit. Okay, I'm taking the same logic that they had and I'm applying it to Australia. I'm very upset at the fact that there are people taking it upon themselves that even after a democratic vote is cast and a majority has spoken, that these people want to take it and say, I don't accept your ruling. I don't accept your majority vote, and we're going to institute our own law anyway. That's fascism. By very definition. I'm very concerned with that.
I think this government here in Australia has gone a step too far. Like I said, they're ignoring the people now. The people put you there. You can't ignore us. We can take you out. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to vote him out. And I'm sorry, but you brought this on yourself, Albo. You're weak. You're a weak leader. And you have no balls when it comes to standing up and saying the right thing. You'll pander to every fucking country and adversary we've got. I'm surprised you haven't shaken hands with Putin and said, what a job well done. It's the only guy you left out, mate. Pretty sure we just had a meeting with North Korea. Like, come on. Grow some fucking balls.
That's the bit that's really upset me, is the fact that people have taken it upon themselves to turn around and say, fuck your democratic ruling. We're going to institute our fascism and you'll do it our way. As far as I'm concerned, those people need to be questioned by the Australian Federal Police.
I did something earlier today which surprised the fuck out of me, I will be honest. You said we need more Christians in the fucking world again. More Christian values, right? I agreed with you 100%, right? Morally, they got their values right.
Yeah.
Right? Don't kill, don't steal, don't fucking love your neighbour. You know, they got their values right. I'm going to go a step further and say we're also missing patriotism. There's no pride in our country anymore. A question. And Jake, I know you've been out of school for almost a year now, but last year when you were in school, did they still play the national anthem on assembly?
Yes.
You know that come over our PA system to every classroom at 9 o'clock on the dot when school started?
Oh no,
Primary
every Monday.
And high school.
Every Monday we had to go to the hall in a big gathering, and then we'd all have to listen to announcements and then do the fucking.
That's fine. I don't care about the announcements. No, I don't care about that. But the Australian anthem, were you made to sing it?
Well, you can just stand there.
Interesting.
You're not forced to sing it.
We got smacked upside the head if we weren't singing. And I mean singing. They wanted to hear you.
I mean, that happened at primary school.
Yeah, you remember, don't you?
Forced to.
It's gone, though. It's gone.
That was at Walkaroo. That was like an Aboriginal school.
You know, the other thing we used to do, and they cut it out of public schooling pretty quick, but we were in a new school that had just opened. And I think I only did it for the first few years. We also used to start with the Lord's Prayer and the national anthem.
Not so much that, but the national anthem, 100%.
Yeah, like I said, it was a new school, so it didn't last for long. But now, when you talk about religious values at school, every religion's allowed to have a say, and that's where I went, okay, my kids are coming out. And the only reason why I say that, it's not because I don't have a respect for every other religion out there, but there's some religions that I don't consider a religion, and they were included in it.
Like Scientology?
No. More along the sides of the terrorisms. The terrorists, actually. And that's where I kind of went, I don't want my female... And trust me, they had no respect for the young girls in the classroom, I'll tell you that much.
Of course not.
It was when I decided to pull my kids out of religious education through public school. Which I have a right to do as a parent. I do have that right. But Gone are the days where Christianity, the values and morals of Christianity are followed, and the pride that we take in our country is gone. I really feel that we have taken a step backwards as a society. We should be proud of our country. We should be proud of our brothers and sisters, our neighbours, our elderly, and most importantly, we should be proud of our veterans, those who have served, who have died serving, those that still serve today, and the families that back those boys
But
and
we're
women.
not. Let's face it, we're not.
But we don't. And this is where I say, you've lost everything, right? When you've lost the patriotism for your country, then who have you got to fight for it?
I can 100% say that Australia doesn't give a fuck about its veterans. I'm one of them. I know
it doesn't. That's why I'm saying we've lost the fundamental values here. We've got to say enough of this bullshit woke. Transgender people, I have nothing against you, but you can do what you will with your own life. Why is there drag queens in story hour at primary school when that's adult entertainment? Can we please get back to actual reality here and start taking a bit of pride in our country? Why do we have to follow the fucking weird-ass people with 5 o'clock shadows in dresses that call themselves women? I'm sorry, I have one name for you, and that's Predator. Get out of the female's bathroom with me and my daughter.
Yeah.
I remember when schools used to just be, you'd sing your, like primary school, you'd sing your ABCs, you'd watch a little cartoon, and you'd just enjoy being a kid.
Yeah. And now, this government's put such a spin on everything. If you're just an everyday Australian, born, bred Australian, Indigenous, as the definition goes, to Australia, no matter what your skin colour is, right? But I've now noticed that if you're white, you're guilty. You should feel guilty. You should feel ashamed of yourself. And that's what they're pumping through the schools. And that's horrible to put in our kids. Why should our kids feel guilty just because of their skin colour? They didn't commit the atrocities. And neither did that bolsters the wrong kind of racism here. You wonder why we've come so far. And I've said this time and time again. We don't have cafes with signs saying no blacks allowed. Okay, we don't have that shit anymore. We're not racist. We live side by side with Aboriginals. We don't have a problem. Until, of course, the government went, oh, we're so very sorry, us white people have done you wrong. You can have anything you want. And you know what? We're even going to go as far as to say, we're not going to lock up your kids when they commit crimes. Well, where's our society gone? Mate, you go to Alice Springs and you talk to the elders and the older generation of Aboriginals there. Go do it. I beg you, do it, record it, and post it up. They have had a gutful of the law not being able to do anything about this shit. And that's their own race.
They have. So
don't call me racist for saying the obvious. This is racism, but now you're directing it at another side. It doesn't matter which side it goes to, white or black. It's racism.
The lawlessness in Alice Springs is that bad that they were thinking about sending in the military. That's no bullshit.
They did. They didn't think about it. They sent the military in. They now have a lockdown curfew. No one on the streets after 10 p.m. at night. Like, how is that for a fucking heart of Australia fucking living right there, eh? You'll see all the best bits when you Google Australia. You'll see all the best bits. They won't show you what's going on in Alice Springs. They won't show you the fact that normal, everyday citizens cannot leave their homes after dark. And we're about there too in Townsville.
Oh, this air is giving me the shits. I can't hear anything out of it.
I mean, I could get a turkey baster and fucking reverse it.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have a turkey baster.
For fuck's sake. Then why tell me you could do it?
I really didn't think you'd fucking go for that, but alright. I got a plunger. But probably suck out half your brain. It's a bloody good plunger, and it's been in the toilet.
Have you got a syringe?
No. Do I look like a junkie?
A veterinary syringe.
Wait. Do I look like a junkie now?
A veterinary syringe.
Does my dog look like a junkie? No, I don't hold syringes on me, love. Sorry.
Something just to fucking pull this liquid out of my ear. It's driving me mental. I can't hear anything.
With a fucking syringe and some heroin, I'll give you the syringe.
I can't hear anything out of that ear. It's not
Tomorrow,
productive to gaming.
take the gold car and go to the chemist to see if they've got. Do you know what? Go roll up. It's gonna sound really stupid. Home remedy. Try this. Roll up the corner of a tissue really, really tight. Stick it in your ear and let it expand, and just leave it there to absorb as much as it can.
I'd like to be able to get it out of my fucking ear.
I didn't say shove the whole thing in. I meant leave it hanging out. Well, I don't have any tampons. Wait up. I'll ask Tim Waltz.
No, he needs them all for himself.
No, they're for the boys' bathrooms. Get it right. It's common sense.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry. I wasn't aware of it.
fuck.
Pay attention, Lou.
Almost like it's a new thing.
What, tampons? I literally just watched a 4-year-old little girl at the creek with her dad, and they found a puddle with tadpoles in it.
Just
And she
calling them
goes,
tampons.
"Oh, there's baby tampons!" And the father goes, "I'm sorry, what?" And she goes, "Look, Dad, there's baby tampons." And he goes, "Tadpoles?" She goes, "No, tampons." And he goes, "God, this is going to make a great 21st video."
Oh, it's driving me mental.
So, Vamps, how long have you been muted for?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I know I'm muted.
Oh.
Am I just going to sit
you
here
gonna
by myself, or?
Are you going to tell me you got to fuck off halfway through the fucking night again?
Tuesday. No, Tuesday.
I was
No.
going to say, it's Tuesday, fucker! Even I remembered.
Yeah, I know. The last 3-4 weeks, I thought Clan Battles for Warships was on Tuesday. I should know better.
So why didn't you just join back?
It's
Be honest, you set an alarm, didn't you? It's Tuesday.
no, it's just my brain. I heard a lot of shit going. Been having a lot of shit going on.
You know
Yep.
what? I think I
I know
may
how
have
that
to
feels.
actually call it tonight. I don't
Yeah.
think I can actually stream. I'm going to have to go and get this looked at. It's getting worse.
Well, I'm streaming, so that's why I was muted, because everyone was pissing themselves laughing. Because Silence said, "Go get a tampon."
I don't have any.
What about in the bathroom?
No,
On
like,
toilet?
it's seriously
I don't
not
think I have
actually
any.
fucking funny.
To be fair, though, I don't actually think you'd get a tampon in the ear canal.
No. Especially while it's swollen.
As in, like, I don't even think you'd be able to put it in there. Even the mini ones are fucking bigger than your ear canal. But the tissue idea probably wouldn't have been a bad idea.
Well, Silent, I'm joined up to you, so.
I know.
Yeah, I think I may have to actually call it. Guys, I cannot stream. I can't hear anything out of this ear. It feels like it's completely blocked underwater, sort of blocked. So I'm going to have go and have it looked at, guys. Unfortunate as it is.
All good.
Seeing as I've got a screw in my tyre, can I take yours?
I haven't got a lot of fuel, but okay.
Alright. Alright, guys. Well, wish me luck. I'll let yous know via YouTube posts how I got on. But
Just do a fist in the air and say, "Fight, fight, fight."
funny. Not.
Yeah, so if your viewership is welcome to join my Twitch. I don't have the rest of them at the moment. That way, me, Silent, and Jacob can continue his stream.
That's alright.
That's if they want.
Alright, guys. But till I sign back on, I'll see you next time.
Too easy.
Night, guys.
What's it?
Bye.